So, let's see, as soon as you said that, your mom Dolores did come through. Damn, okay, cool. And then you still have her physical stuff. You guys look a lot alike. She declined of something medically, but you want to talk from Dad. Okay, I'm happy to hear from any of my people, whoever is able to jump forward. Well, we're kicking Dolores out the door because we want to talk to Ronnie. So, okay, so Ronnie says that hold on, he's gonna okay, let's say it's hard to breathe. I feel like something affects his upper chest or breathing. He gives me sign symbol for father figure, but you already told me he was your father. He tells me he declines in a medical way, but he takes partial responsibility because there was a lack of urgency. I don't know if we knew it was like this or it was something we were doing slowly, but not thinking, oh, this is going to affect me negatively, or oh, I should go to the doctor. So there's partial responsibility in the lack of urgency. But he said, so he tells me it was a little bit of a decline. It was kind of a quick decline, actually. Hold on, I'm going to put the Facebook chats on the screen. Facebook chats are also on here. Great. Okay, and so he tells me it was suddenly, unexpectedly when it happened, and it was just a straight decline that you couldn't necessarily pull him back up from. Does that make sense? Miss Ricci Jones. Whew. And then you have a younger male. Looks like maybe early 20s. That passed suddenly, unexpectedly, tragically. He lived a hard life drug-wise and his health declined quickly in the end. Okay, so something we do to our body over time, and then our health declines to a point where, we can't pull it back up, and we're not really caring about what we're doing to ourselves, and then it comes over us all of a sudden. Okay, and then we say the health declined quickly in the end, and then he talks about somebody still being there and taking care of him, even though it wasn't that long, even if there's stubbornness, we still have an element of being taken care of here. And then I don't know if that younger male resonated with you all. Dark hair, simple first name, takes responsibility, suddenly, unexpectedly, early 20s-ish. So, I'm the one that missed my reading a few months ago. Well, just email me, woman. Doesn't mean you're out a reading. I'm not an asshole. Just email me. What? You just missed it? You just didn't show up? Are you talking about a private reading? Girl, you don't just lose out on that. Email me. Silly girl. Okay, cool. So she says, it does make sense. Is it Luke? And I was there, and yes, Luke. Okay, so you were there with your father at the end of his life is what you're saying. And then Luke takes that partial responsibility, and we just find out that he actually take his own life. He shot himself at the age of 19. So, boom, I said 20s. He was 19. All right, and then her dad talks about somebody who was there at the end of his life, and Ricky says, I was there, and then he shows me things like clothing, and you may have I don't know, I think that you might have something physical of his, but let's say right when he passes, everyone's like, well, that's what I wanted, and then you're just like, okay, it doesn't matter, just whatever. It's almost like an icky thing to be holding on to too much of this nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Alright, cool, and that's what I've got as far as the recorded portion of this goes, because holy monkeys. And then he does take that responsibility, that wearing his body down, not thinking much of it, just continue on with the drugs, why not? Wow. Well, Dad loves you. He's a secondary guardian angel, Mom's primary, obviously. Then you have this grandma over there who's kind of shaped like a pear and has a hard time walking, and she's fantastic. She's like, hey, right when I say that, and she's funny. And then so it's grandma, Mom, and then Dad. He must, I don't know why he's so difficult to bring forward for you every time. He also was talking about how hard it was to catch his breath right at the end. Something was depleting his oxygen right at the end. You have one item. I lost all of my stuff in the fire, but everyone did take his stuff. Okay. So everyone did take his stuff, and then at the end of the day, you lost the rest of it in a freaking fire, and you now have one item of his. That is wild.